Greetings, it's Vaygrim, back again with another video. Well, I'm back in my world, looking to make some progress. We have a little bit of a farm going on. I've trimmed down some of our tree farm to make way for a new room, an extension on the house. Let's see, what other changes have gone on. I have moved the hydrogen generator down one floor. Specifically because when this thing kicks on, it is noisy as all get out. And I don't like that. Not a big fan. So I put it down here. Another thing that's aiding in keeping it silent is the fact that I actually have, instead of using a power loop from the hydrogen generator to power the separator is being powered by the lava generators up above. Those are silent. That means that this can quietly charge up the hydrogen reserves without the hydrogen generator having to kick on, because that takes barely any power to do its job. I am thinking, though, that I'm going to have to put a second one of those down here just to keep up with the curve, because those hydrogen generators eat through hydrogen really quick. The rest of the power structure is still here. The lava generators, the heat generators, are right here, covered in lava. I have moved to where I have two, instead of one source block up here, I have two lava source blocks, one above each generator, and I put a layer of stone because I kept hearing fire noises in the backyard of my house, and to be honest, that was making me rather paranoid. The water source for the hydrogen generator used to be right there. I moved it down there. I'm not really using that anymore, so I relocated the lava sources for it, mostly for safety's sake. Let's see. Everything from downstairs, all of my Java barrels have been moved upstairs. All of my chests have been moved upstairs. Next thing I want to do is get this stuff out of this room and into a room over there. So, what I think I want to do... Oh, before I forget, that is another upgrade that I've done. Golden bag of holding from extra utilities. Now it's expensive. Recipe for this thing is 3 gold ingots, 1 gold block. So that's bad math. 12 ingots total, and then some wool and a chest. So it's not cheap, but it has a lot more slots than my standard lockbox, which I still have. I still have my strong box, and there is some stuff in it, but some mining supplies. But this thing is great. It's very, very great for standard day-to-day operations. I really love it. So, I completely bypassed axe. There we go. I think it's time. Oh, of course. As soon as I want to do something, night falls. Like clockwork. Give me just a minute, folks. We will pass the night here. Give us a safe environment to work in. It's getting to where now I really don't have to go down into that basement much more unless I have to sleep. That's about the only thing. Let's see. I can put those back. Gonna get real weird. And do some dark flooring. Now, I want to have some steps down. So that's going to be stairs. And I'm thinking... There's my shovel. Whoa. Well, hello there. Where did you come from? Forgot that was down there. Okay. Let's just go ahead and start paving over this before I fall in more holes. Basically, I'm going to do a little bit of building here off camera and show you my progress in little bits as I make it. Geronimo, I need this dirt. Sad to say, but I need this dirt. My plan is to make a nice big storage room that's going to leave us some space for future growth. And I think this is going to do it. So I'm going to do a little bit of building, and as soon as I make some progress, I'll be right back with you. Okay, so this is basically what I'm thinking. Quick step down, nice tall room. I'm thinking at least 2 walls of barrels. We'll probably start off with this wall. Curve around, have a nice bank of chests over here. And I'm going to leave a 1 block gap behind, specifically so that I can run piping for logistic sorting system later. Because I want to do a mechanism sorting system to automate as much of my storage as possible. I think that'll be really, really nice, and I think this room will suit us very, very well. So I think next step is going to be moving a whole bunch of stuff into the room itself. And I'm going to do that. Oh, I need to put my tools away here. With the help of my handy-dandy dolly. So this becomes as simple as moving boxes from room to room. So I'm going to do just that, and I will get back with you as soon as I'm done. Okay, everything is out, and I've got a nice clear wall. In here I have some barrels that I'm going to I think I'm going to keep organized by building materials. Basically, is a broad category on this side. That's going to be wood, stone, dirt, sand, even glass is probably going to be on this wall. And everything over here is going to be mined or farmed. One of those two. That's just me spitballing. This got all changed at the drop of a hat. So, right here, 5 wide, and I think I could probably do at least 4 rows high of chests. So that's about 20 chests to subdivide between interest. I am going to go kill the hell out of this spider before it tries me batty. Hang on just a second. Where is this damn thing? Come here, you. Yeah. Gang up on me. No more string. Oh, well. More. Oh, joy. Now I'm going to get back inside before I get killed. I've been having a problem with Hecates from Ars Magica. They are far nastier than I think they should be, but that's another argument. Now I think this is... Whoops. You go in there. You don't go in there. You go in there. Now, on to new business. I wanted to go over Crafting Suite, which is a really cool mod that we actually have included. It involves this thing. Basically, it makes these tables. If anybody has been around long enough, they'll be familiar with the project table or the project bench from Red Power 2. It's an older mod that isn't in existence anymore. At least it hasn't been updated in a while. It was made by LRM. And Red Power 2 is very, very cool, but that's not why we're here today. Project Bench is a revival of that core concept, and it's got some really neat things. Now, competing with it is the Workbench from Thermal Expansion. Yes, it has schematics, just like I can make an upgrade for this that goes right here that uses blank plans, same concept, and this has 3 slots, but in general, I'm not a big fan of the Machinist Workbench and the fact that it's only got 3 schematic slots. It does have 3 schematic slots, and I guess technically the Project Bench only has 1, but I think the Project Bench is a little better, and it's got some cooler features, and I'll actually be able to show you why here in a little bit. But needless to say, I'm going to retire that Machinist Workbench, and I'm going to show you, let's see, where to start. So first, we have to make this thing called a crafting modifier, basically, and you have to upgrade it a couple times. That's just a crafting table surrounded by sticks. We can do that pretty simple enough. We get ourselves a crafting table, and we surround it with sticks, and we get that. Now, what we do is we get that, and we put iron on either side of it. So, iron, holding modifier. And we upgrade it one more time by putting into the crafting grid with a chest. So what we have is 2, 3, 4. Basically the core of a new kind of project bench. We put that up there in the top. This modification table is actually pretty cheap. Piece of redstone, 2 pieces of wood, crafting table, and 3 smooth stone. Real cheap, real easy to do early game, and you can do all sorts of neat stuff. Now what you'll notice is a couple of things here. First of all, I can make a boring crafting table, project bench that looks like a vanilla crafting table. From the top, it just has that, but here's the thing, right? You could put carpet on there, like I did with this other one, white carpet, but you can color that carpet. As you can see up here, there's different color combinations of what wood and what carpet coloring it is. And it's very, very neat. You notice with this one, isn't that fantastic? I think that is really awesome. It's such a simple effect, but it's so neat. Put that down there. I actually have 2 different wood colorations, so you can really customize. It's very cool. So far, unfortunately, it only works with vanilla wood. I haven't gotten it to work with biomes of plenty wood yet, but I'm quite sure that's just around the corner from the mod author that's making Crafting Suite. So here's our project bench, and basically it has some storage slots, as you can see over here. And actually, I'm going to borrow some wood. Thank you very much. If I do that, I can pull out a chest, and that would stay on the grid as long as I have resources. Option number 2 is to clear the crafting grid with that one button right there. It's very, very nice, very simple. Now, there's a couple of other options of things you can do with these. You can actually upgrade your table. Like I want to, let's do the tools modifier. So we go into our new storage room, and let me think. Math never was my strong suit. 6, 9. Okay. So I need bucket, and then get that bucket and do that. We get a tools modifier. Now what I do is I come over here, put it back in, and recraft my crafting table. Whoop, Enderman. Okay, we'll see what happens there. Now what I actually have is a slightly different kind of workbench that has these 3 slots for tools. I can put things there and select them, and it puts that in the crafting grid so I can use them without having to pull the tools out over and over and over again. It's real neat. You just right-click to take that tool back out. You can put it in there and just left-click to select it or clear it, whichever one you want to use. Right-click, pull it back out. It's a real great feature. There's another option you can actually do, which is called the deep storage slot, which is this one right here. That will hold, I think, up to, it's like 4 or 6 stacks of one item, basically. So I just dumped a whole bunch of cobblestone in that one. I don't think you can have more than one deep storage slot, but I do know that I'm pretty sure you can have a deep storage slot and tool slots. So that's interesting. The final upgrade is, of course, the plan modifier. The plan modifier basically puts a button right here that lets you make plans and use plans, basically. 1 gold nugget gives you 4 of these things. That's one of the reasons why I like this, is because it has a better cost efficiency, I think, than the actual blueprints from Thermal Expansion. But I don't have access to a lot of lapis lazuli right now. Late game, that could be different. But anyway, 1 gold nugget gets you 4 of these plans, which means you would actually get 4 times 9, basically, out of 1 gold ingot. That's pretty good. That's a lot of plans. And you can do the same kind of thing with this that you can with the machinist workbench. So yeah, it's very, very cool, very interesting. I'm just going to get this and put it in here. So I thought you guys would like that. I've been using these things. I think I'm going to make another one and put it right here where this chest is. And that way I can be better organized for when we start the episode. I can have each one dedicated to a couple of different projects for each episode, and help me stay organized, help me stay on point. Now, one of the things you'll probably notice is I have an enchanting table that we did between last episode and this episode. I haven't used it a whole lot. I have done a couple of simple enchantments, but I have actually been kind of saving my levels because I want to actually do this table upgrade. Now what this does is basically upgrades your enchanting table to an advanced enchanting table from Enchanting Plus, and Enchanting Plus lets you pick your levels and pick your enchantments specifically. It even lets you burn levels to repair equipment, which is very, very cool. I like it. It's a great system. I just don't have any blaze power just yet. So, yeah. I think next episode we're going to have to go into the Nether because I have the obsidian for it because we need glowstone and we need some blaze powder for some things now. I'd love to get some glowstone and use it for lighting instead of all these damn torches all over the place. Torches drive me batty, and I can only afford so many of these chandeliers. Those things cost a diamond and gold each. So, yeah, I would really like to go get some glowstone mined from the Nether. So I think that's probably next episode. If you will bear with me real quick, next step I have is a little experiment in flight. I'll be right back. Okay, last episode and the episode before, well, I guess it would have been, anyway, as soon as I made this hydrogen-powered jetpack that I've got on right now, people immediately started making suggestions that I needed to make a glider from, did I do that wrong? I think I did do that wrong. Wow. Open blocks. It's a stick in between. Silly me. There we go. So, I thought it could be fun and interesting if we did a little bit of experimental flight. Let's see. If that's not messed up, I don't know what is. Okay. Bear with me just a second. Turn my pack on here. Yep, it works, folks. This is me, no buttons. I can steer a little bit, but I'm basically free flying and just kind of cruising around. I can give myself a little height boost with my jetpack every once in a while. But otherwise, I think I've found my brand new favorite method for exploration. This is very, very cool. Whoever had this idea, it was a real genius one. That is a magic forest down there, a very strange little biome. As soon as I start getting into Thaumcraft, and I suspect Ars Magica at higher levels, I'm going to actually have to go back here and do some planting of some mana beans. But that's another episode. Below, this is a hot springs biome. Very, very interesting. That pool you can stand in, and it actually replenishes your health. Unfortunately, you can't just bucket it up with normal buckets. The liquid evaporates. I think I have to get a special bucket from something having to do with biomes of plenty. Made out of some stone, gemstone. I'm not sure, though. But basically, as soon as I can get some of that stuff and relocate it to my base, I'll have an easy way to heal. But that's another episode. Okay. And there we go. Successful flight. Great suggestions, guys. Keep them coming. I really think it was a brilliant idea. Let me go down below and see what kind of trouble we can get into next. Okay, guys. I'm running across a bit of a problem. And I think I'm just going to have to do some more research between this episode and the next episode to see how we can handle this. But basically, I've been wanting to get into mariculture, but I'm running across one big hurdle. The industrial smelter. A lot of stuff uses the industrial smelter, and it uses lava. I've got lava. That's easy. There's the industrial freezer, though, and the industrial freezer actually requires ice be put all the way around the block, and I don't have any ice. I suspect I'm actually going to have to get into the thermal expansion tree and make a glacial precipitator before I can actually use much of mariculture, so I've been kind of caught off guard by this, unfortunately. It means that right now I can't do anything this episode. Like I was going to show you the sifter and the automatic fisher, but I can't make the fisher because it requires fishing poles, which requires polished sticks specific to mariculture, and those polished sticks have to be put in a industrial freezer with fish oil. And I don't even know how to get fish oil, much less the fact that I can't get the industrial freezer working because I have no ice. So, mariculture is on hold this episode, and I've been running across that several times so far. I've wanted to mess with it, but there's a lot of early game hurdles that make it hard to be useful. So I'm going to do a little bit of research and see what other trouble we get into. It might be that our Nether agenda gets moved up. Actually, you know what? That sounds like a really good idea. I'm going to go ahead and do that. Oh, that trigger. Okay, hey. I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm not a big fan of having my Nether portal right next to my house, so let's go over here and make one. Let's see. I'm going to see if I can remember. And okay, hold on to your butts, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see what happens. Oh, thank God. Okay, nether copper ore right there. What the heck is that? Flesh? Oh, that is disgusting. Oh, yes. So the nether is still loading in for me. I'm not sure what is below me. But I'm pretty sure that the first thing I want to do is mark the exit. Perfect. Another redstone ore, okay. Well, it looks like I get to do some mining and wait for the rest of this zone to load in. I'll catch up with you guys in just a minute. I gotta say, whoever came up with this flesh stuff on the Biomes of Plenty team is a real messed up individual. This stuff is just downright strange. Ugh. Anyway, so I have found my first few veins. Oh God, there's a ghast somewhere. There he is. Anyway, before I was so rudely interrupted, I have found my first few veins of nether quartz. I've also already found one of those big bony segments over there. That is made out of bone. You can pulverize it and get a lot of bone meal out of it. It's very cool stuff. Oh, God. I've also found my first glowstone, which is very, very nice. Oh, this is cobalt. From Tinker's I can't do anything about it. Okay, so now I need to go find some blazes and see if I can actually get some blaze rods. I will be with you shortly. I spy with my little eye. Another fortress. Okay. I found my prize, unfortunately. I have to do battle to get to it. Oh, this is bad. Going so well. I'll step in here real quick and get out of the line of fire. I got my blaze spawner, thanks to my handy dandy force wrench. Now... Okay. I'm getting the hell out of here. Sometimes you just have to know when to call it quits. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to walk my way back to the exit, and I will see you back in the overworld, guys. Okay. So, first trip to the Nether. I managed to come away with a blaze spawner. Not sure how I feel about that. That might be a little weird. Hey, I forgot to close the door. Weird. I came away with a blaze spawner. I came away with a decent amount of monster drops and blaze rods, glowstone dust, nice heaping helping of bone meal. Let's see, glowstones. Oh, some nether ore. I got some nether quartz. So I think we're going to be set up. I think this is going to be a real good wrap-up point for this episode. Next episode, I would like to see about getting a smeltery for Tinker's Construct set up maybe outside, because those things take up a lot of space. Maybe right out front we could actually make it and get it set up, because I'm hitting a limitation on weapons and weapon capabilities. I need to get some Tinker's tools going. And, yeah, I think that's going to be a real big project for next episode. We can get it set up, get it going, and see what kind of trouble we can make. Other than that, I'm going to do some more research on Mariculture and see what I'm missing. I don't know if there's some part of that mod that I'm actually just hitting a wall on, or if there's something I could do to get around all this ice requirement. Otherwise, I think next episode we're also going to have to make some machines from Thermal Expansion in order to alleviate some of the hurdles we're hitting, like ice. Thanks for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. I really hope you enjoyed this episode. I'd love to hear your feedback and your comments. I think the base is coming along good, and we've made our first trip to the Nether, and only one death. It was a messy death, but only one death. So, I think that'll actually do it for this episode. Thanks, guys. This is Vaygrim, signing off. Bye-bye.